Today's lesson, we want to look at the microscope and its parts. But before we look at the microscope and its parts, we need to know about the cell. And the cell is a basic functional unit of our bodies. And these cells, we cannot see them with our naked eyes. We need to use a special device called a microscope, simply because also the hand lens cannot be able to see the cells in our body or in living organisms. Therefore, we use a microscope which has a higher magnification power to be able to see these cells which make up the living organisms. And we have two types of microscope. We have light microscope and electron microscope. And this light microscope, for example, this one is a light microscope. It uses light to illuminate the specimen. Therefore, you can see the specimen. While the electron or electronic microscope uses an electron of beams of electrons to be able to view the specimen. Let's move straight to the parts of a light microscope. The first part, we have the eyepiece lens or the ocular lens, as you can see. And this ocular lens or the eyepiece lens contributes to the magnification of the specimen. As you can see, we have the magnification power here, times 15. This ocular lens magnification plus the objective lens here, or the lens's magnification, you get the total magnification of this microscope. Then the next part, we have the body tube. As you can see, the body tube supports these objective lenses plus revolving nosepiece plus this ocular or the eyepiece lens. Then below the body tube, we have what we call revolving nosepiece. As you can see, it is a revolving, and this revolving nosepiece enables change from one objective lens, as you can see here, to another objective lens. Can also revolve, thus enabling the change. Then we have these three objective lenses, and the longest one is called the higher power objective lens. Then the medium one, we call it the medium power objective lens. Then the shortest one, the lower objective lenses. And the roles is for magnification, as we've said before. The objective lens magnification times the eyepiece lens magnification, you get the total magnification of the microscope. Then this black structure you're seeing, it is at the stage, and the stage is where the specimen is placed. And this stage has what we call clips. As you can see, we have a clip here, then another clip here, which hold the specimen. And the specimen is not just kept on the stage. It is placed on this slide, call it a slide. We have two types of slides. You can have the glass slide. You place the specimen here, then you place a cover slip, and this cover slip is important because it covers the object or the specimen to be viewed, and prevents dust and helps distribute the specimen equally on this glass slide. So therefore, this glass slide is placed there on the stage. Then we have the clip which hold that specimen in position. Then the next part, we have the arm. As you can see, the arm supports the body tube and the stage. This is the arm. Then at the lower end, we have the base, which provides support. Then you can see knobs. We have two knobs. We have this knob, which is larger, and we have this other one, which is smaller. And this knob here, the larger knob, is what we call the Coarse Adjustment Knob. And this Coarse Adjustment Knob, as you can see, it raises the body tube and also lowers the body tube over long distances to bring the image into a rough focus. As you can see, that is the role of a coarse adjustment knob. Then these smaller knobs, we call them fine adjustment knob. After using the coarse adjustment knob to bring the specimen into a rough focus, we use the fine adjustment knob to get finer details of that specimen. And a point to note, the coarse adjustment knob is used together with the lower or the lowest objective lenses, and this is to prevent crashing of the specimen or the glass slide. While the fine adjustment knob is used together with the longest objective lenses, because this fine adjustment knob here moves the body tube over short distances to bring the specimen into a fine focus. Then at the tip here, as you can see, we have a mirror, and the mirror is for reflection of light. And the reflection of light, this light is able to go into the stage through the diaphragm, and because it is a light microscope and it uses light to illuminate the specimen on the stage. So that is the role of the mirror, reflection of light into the specimen on the stage. And how does the light reach the stage? We have the diaphragm. You can see the diaphragm, it is just an aperture. As you can see, it is widening, then it closing. The role is to regulate amount of light passing through the condenser into the object on the stage. We can remove so as to see this diaphragm and the condenser. As you can see, that is the diaphragm allows light to pass through, or regulates amount of light to pass through. And when using the microscope, this diaphragm must be open, wide open, to allow light to pass through the condenser to the object on the stage. Then we have our condenser here, and the role of the condenser is to concentrate light onto the object on the stage. That's why it is found just near the stage. You can take it back. So those are the parts of a microscope and their function. And maybe to look at the safety measures when handling a microscope, you do not wet the stage. It can bring a rusting and a refraction of light. Then you use tissues to wipe the lenses and the mirror. Then this microscope should be handled with the two hands, one at the base, then the other one at the arm. Then it should not be placed at the edge of the bench, because it can trip and fall, causing losses. Those are some of the safety measures to take when using a microscope. Thank you.